Welcome back, Tater Tuds, to my channel for episode 6 of the Sugar Macaroon Legacy Generation 1 Watermelon. So, in the last episode, Melly went to the library to listen to Mallory tell the story of the witches from Hinford on Bagley, and she found that in this version, the witches were actually kind and they helped the people. But due to an unfortunate circumstance, things went awry, and Melly decided that she wanted to find out more information on her own, which is where it brings us to the start of today's episode. After hearing the tale of the witches from Mallory, Melly went to see what she could research on her own. She searched and searched for what felt like ages, but with no success. Just then, the librarian came by to check on her. "You're looking quite perplexed. Is there something I can help you find?" Melly told him what she was looking for. He quickly cut his eyes around from side to side, as if to check if anyone was listening. "We do have a retired part of the library upstairs in the attic. When I say retired, I mean old and no longer available to the usual public. I would recommend checking there." With that said, he slipped her a key and swiftly left the room. Feeling newfound determination, Melly quietly headed upstairs, checking to make sure no one was looking. The attic was old indeed. Dust layered the shelves and a musty smell wafted throughout the room. There was all sorts of vintage trinkets and piles upon piles of books. Melly got to work searching through each of the stacks. It took a while, but finally, success. There was a book with a very worn-out cover titled Planting Magic. She began to flip through the pages, scouring them for information. It contained the names of all sorts of strange plants Melly had never heard of, as well as illustrations. Before long, she found the exact images of the plants Shiloh had brought home. Along with these two plants, valerian root and mandrakes, when mixed with rosemary, basil, and parsley, it could concoct a potion to assist in fighting off ailments and healing wounds. Melly was fascinated as she continued to turn the page, reading the list of mysterious ingredients and recipes. Suddenly, a small, very crumpled paper fell from one of the back pages. Melly opened the paper and read the words, "Thank you for keeping your promise." Who could the note be from, and what promise were they talking about? Melly longed to know, but knew she needed to get back home before it got any later. She took a few pictures and stuffed the note into her pocket. After heading outside into the warm evening air, Melly began walking home when she heard some nearby whispering. It was coming from a nearby alley. She crept over and peeked around the side of a building, only to see Mallory and Kim Goldblum talking in hushed voices. "Mallory, I told you to stop telling that story. You know she doesn't want you to." Kim sounded frustrated. "Miss Goldblum, I want the truth to be known. I know she doesn't agree, but I don't care. The world deserves to know what really happened." "Mallory, I promised her." Kim looked at the young girl, pleading in her eyes. "I know you did, but you aren't breaking your promise. I'm doing this of my own free will and choice. Times have changed, and she has nothing to be ashamed of, and neither do I." With that said, Mallory stormed off. Kim Goldblum stood still and stared after her. She let out a big sigh. "I hope Aggie will forgive me. I've tried." What was that about? Melly thought to herself. Mallory and Kim know way more than they're letting on. Plus, Miss Goldblum mentioned a promise. The note in the book talked about a promise too. Is it all connected? I have to find out. The coast now clear, Melly raced back towards her home, ready to collect all the clues she had gathered thus far. Melly is back here at the house, and she has been writing in her journal here everything that she can remember that has gone on. So we've got lots of different clues for things that have happened, since she's been here in Hinford on Bagley in relation to the story of the witches. So first of all, she went to go to Kim Goldblum's little fruit stall in downtown, and that's when she first saw that note or that poem that talked about the witch and the offering, and Kim Goldblum told her it was just a story. And then she eventually went up to the hill herself and to, offer an offering unto the witch. And that's when she saw Kim Goldblum come up and take her offering. And then she followed her up towards a really old, abandoned looking cottage up past the falls, where she's also been told is where the witch lives. And then she meets Mallory, who dresses up like a witch. And Mallory herself is telling stories about the witches, but, a good story about them, and that they're good people. And then she ends up finding an old book that has an old crumpled note talking about a promise, and then happens to walk by an alley and hear Miss Kim Goldblum and Mallory talking about another promise. So Melly is obviously assured that these two seem to know a lot more than they are letting on. And she has a really strong feeling, though, that she should not ask Kim Goldblum, because obviously by, technically with her eavesdropping and hearing what was going on between them, she is going to be a lot less likely to say anything. And so Melly here has decided that she needs to confront Mallory about everything going on, because she's more likely to share information with her, because after all, she's the one saying, that she shouldn't be ashamed and whatnot, whereas Kim is wanting to keep a promise. So she's less likely to tell Melly anything. So basically, she has decided she's going to have to talk to Mallory about things and see where we go from there. So, okay, we have a lot of details that are all put together and ready. And hi, Shiloh, how are you? Look at these little rabbits we have. Oh, they are just so cute and happy. Let's play with Shiloh really quick here. And then I'm thinking we'll work on some training. So we do have a few more tricks to work on. Pet skill level 2 and level 1. Let's go ahead and work on speak, and then we will, it looks like we need to eat too. And that's right, we don't have anything in our shed, so we don't have to worry about a cow or anything, but we do need to take care of our chickens. Yep, they are slightly dirty. We have 6 eggs to collect, and it looks like they are all hungry. Graham has come over to visit Melly, and a huge storm has just rolled in. So we took care of our chickens really quick, and we need to get inside because things are getting pretty rough out there, and I do not want her to get struck by lightning. Like, that's the last thing we needed. Oh, our sink is looking quite nasty. It also looks like, I forgot her name, Sarah Scott has also come over. So Graham is out here chatting with her. He's like, oh, hey, you got caught in the rain? She's like, yeah, I was on my way passing by, and then the storm just rolled out of nowhere. And she's like, so I thought I'd seek some shelter over here. So, Melly doesn't mind. She totally gets it. I mean, look, they're kind of all separated with quite a bit of land in between. And so she doesn't want anyone to be caught in that. So if she needs to rest here for a little bit till the storm passes, that's totally fine. Melly is getting herself some French toast to eat while Graham takes care of Sarah out there. And so I did want us to take a look at a couple things here. So we have on our calendar, Melly is going to become an adult next Tuesday. So we have that coming up. And then this weekend on Saturday, we have the Fenwick Llama Fair. And so I'm pretty excited about that one. And so we don't have a llama, obviously, but we do have some wool that we can compete with. We have red wool, and we have this rainbow wool, and that one is rare. This one's uncommon. So I'm thinking that we'll see if we can put this one in, see if we can win. And I forgot that we also have our oversized competition ribbon from our pumpkin winning. So we should definitely place that somewhere where all can see our progress, how well we've done. So we'll just put our ribbon right there out here in the kitchen where everyone can see it, our pride. And it looks like the storm is starting to finally pass. Yep, there's Sarah. She's on her way. So she's like, I better go before it comes back with a vengeance again. And wow, these are really pretty. I like this color. And there is Graham just hanging out here. We do need to shower because this girl is feeling quite stinky. But look, now it watered all of our plants for us, which that is pretty awesome. Since I always forget that summer is always full of thunderstorms, I have moved her flower arranging table inside the house. That way we don't have to worry about her being freezing cold in the rain and just being miserable. And this way she can actually, get some things done and work on these arrangements. So let's see. I think we were working on crocuses previously because I kind of want to just do one of each, or it was the dahlias, that's what it was. So I'm pretty sure I've done most of these. So we will do this regal celebration, and it looks like we were talking with our chickens, but okay, let's get her in here because we are so close to, I think, getting our next promotion because we only need one more skill level up for flower arranging, and so we are well on our way. So she is just inside here working away on that. And let's see if okay, there's no bills. We've got Shiloh here. Oh, she is in heat. Of course she is. When is she not? Let's be honest. So, okay. And then, of course, we were talking about building a greenhouse. So we will be working on that, especially for the upcoming winter months. Because right now, while it's summer, I'm not too worried because, I mean, at least with all the rain, it'll keep our plants very well hydrated and whatnot. And we're not going to worry about getting another cow or a llama or anything right now. I'm just going to let that be and have our chickens. And that way we can focus just on the gardening part and our flower arranging. And wow, this is really pretty. Look how big those flowers are. Like, is that? I assume that's a real type of flower. Wow, look at this final like arrangement here. Like that is beautiful. I really like those colors together. So is this one still poor? Girl, it's always poor quality apparently, but we're gonna go ahead and just sell it. So it's okay, honey. Let's do another one. Dahlia, we're gonna do a matrimonial alabaster. Even though that storm calmed down, now it is back and just raging again, of course. So that is just lovely. And Melly is feeling really scared because, man, this thunder and lightning is so bad. And oh, little bunny, please get out of the rain. I don't want you to get hurt, little one. And oh, it looks like we can go ahead and evolve some more of our plants, which is fantastic. Melly has just finished another cross stitch, so let's take a look at it here. So it is of little rabbits. That's so cute. We're going to move this dog one and I'm going to sell it, to be honest with you. And we're going to put, oh, a rabbit known to someone in the household has died, of course. And look at that. Look how cute it is. Oh, I really, really like that. And wow, she's starting on a new one because she's feeling inspired without even me telling her to. I wonder what she's doing. But we have Expert Stitcher. So what if Melly had to unpick and restitch the same line 6 times? It's done. And so she's feeling pretty happy, but of course she's still feeling quite scared from the storm. And what is this? Electronic upgrade part? And oh, that's right, we have some mushrooms. And we do need to take care of Shiloh. She is needing a bath. She was outside playing in all of the mud. And so we do need to, make sure she is well taken care of. We don't want her running away again after all. Melly has just finished another one and it looks like it's just the same shape one again, so nothing any different. So I'm going to go ahead and just sell that. And let's go ahead and take care of Shiloh. We're going to give her a bath, make sure she's feeling all right because look how dirty she is. Poor little baby. As she's giving Shiloh a bath, she's just chatting with her. She's like, Shiloh, I think I've really got to confront Mallory about everything. I mean, after all, she's the one that seems to know the most about what's going on and the most willing to open up. And she's super sweet. She's really nice. And I don't see what would be bad about asking her. Like, she seems like she wants people to know this story of the witches. So I feel like she would be wanting to tell me something to correct any information I have if it's wrong. And so I really hope that things go well because, I mean, look, they do have good compatibility. So I think that could work really well. Yeah, see, good compatibility. And so I'm really, really liking that. Kim, she knows her, and obviously Graham knows her more than she does, but like they're still more so just acquaintances, and she feels kind of awkward around Kim. Like Kim just kind of seems like that like estranged aunt. Like where you see them at family parties, and you hug them and you say hi, but you don't really know anything about them. Melly has awoken this Wednesday morning and the gardener actually stopped by briefly, but it looks like she said that we didn't need her services, so our garden must be flourishing and just doing really well, which is really great to hear. So we're going to come out here and we are going to supercell all of our plants this morning just to get things started and, of course, feed our chickens because, they need help. And we will collect our eggs and clean our coop and continue just selling the rest of them before we get started for work. We do have an assignment today, which is to gift a flower arrangement, which is great because of course we need to work on our skill. And so, yeah, I'm really hoping that we can get that one done today. And Sarah Scott, she is wanting to chat with her. So we could probably do that and gift her the flower arrangement at the same time because we are wanting to head downtown because Graham has invited us out tonight to go to a local restaurant. He called her late last night and was like, hey, I stopped by earlier, but I totally forgot to tell you about this. But there's a restaurant in town that has some really, really great food, very home style. And I think you would really like it. And I never got to take you out to celebrate with you your previous promotion and whatnot. So I would love to treat you and take you out if you are available tonight. And she's like, of course, Graham, I would absolutely love to. She wants to spend time with him, hear how he's doing. He wants to hear the progress of her farm and what's going on with her career. And, I love how supportive he is of her. Like, he is really down for whatever she wants to do because he just wants her to be happy. Of course, lots of things have been breaking this afternoon, so Melly is currently fixing her toilet. It looked like Shiloh was playing in there, and then something just happened. But Sarah Scott asked if she could come over and hang out, which is perfect because we've actually been wanting to chat with her. So we're going to go ahead and work on making a flower arrangement. So we'll do some chrysanthemum, and I think since it's summer, we'll do a summer's morning for her, see if she might like that one. And so, yeah, we're going to get to work on that. Then we can chat with her and give her, the gift and see if hopefully she does enjoy it. And she is feeling quite energized from an insightful conversation with some of the animals. And oh my gosh, look at all the rabbits out here. They're so cute. They're so happy. And we have been working on cleaning up the garden a bit because we do have several plants that are currently out of season. And so we have been uprooting them. So I think all of our flowers here, I'm pretty sure all of these are like almost all out of season, so we will be uprooting a lot of those, and so that will also cut down on how many plants we have. And so we do have dinner with Graham at 6 o'clock, so we are trying to get this done before we head on out to be with him. All right, so we have finished the flower arrangement, so let's go ahead and add a vase. I think we will do a fired ceramic vase. I feel like that would be a nice touch to it. So did we do it? Oh, it's finally excellent quality. Perfect. Okay, so let's put this in our inventory and let's come on over to Sarah. We're going to chat it up with her for a minute and just see how she is doing. We will do, let's see, we'll have a deep conversation, just see how things are going with her, see how, the bar is and everything like that. She's like, how are things going at the bar? She's like, oh, they're going pretty good. They're keeping me busy. And it looks like she's feeling sad though, which I don't like that. So, okay, where can we discuss if the chicken came first? Sure, we can do that, but I did want to see where we can ask about activities, offer help with errands. Yeah, there we go. That's something I haven't done yet. I was trying to figure out where that was at. So it's under activities. Good to note. So she's like, is there anything that I can do to help you out to lower your stress? So let's see, a simple request. So have you ever had one of those days when you've got too much to do and not enough time to do it? I need some ingredients for my next meal, but I'm not sure when I'll have any spare time. Would you be able to help me out? So an assortment of ingredients, fertilizer, and if you're lucky, a freshly prepared meal. So a simple request, a signature drink. Okay, we definitely don't know much about that. And this one, a friendly visit. I've been meaning to pay a visit to some of my friends around the village, but I'm awfully busy. Would you mind taking a stroll and seeing how everyone's doing? Okay, well, we are going to do this just to see what she needs help with. Do you ever get cravings for chocolate? That's me right now, but I still want to eat healthy. I'll compromise and enjoy a fresh chocoberry instead, assuming you're able to bring me one, which I'm pretty sure we actually have one of those, but I'm going to go ahead and give her a gift before anything else happens or before I forget it. So, okay, how do I give her a gift again? Is it under small talk? Oh my gosh, I don't remember where. Oh, deliver choco berries. I can go ahead and do that since I have those. So she's like, oh my gosh, did you find some choco berries for me? She's like, yeah, absolutely. I found this actually when I was up in the Bramblewood. And so she is just loving it. She's like, thank you so much. Oh, yummers, that looks divine. Please accept some small tokens of my appreciation. They'll come in handy the next time you prepare a meal. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some tasty food to tuck into. So, oh, and she's giving us a gift back, which is super sweet. I love that. And okay, I know we are late to our meal with Graham, but I just need to give her this flower arrangement. Okay, and I have found the option. So here we go. She's like, here, I actually finished this flower arrangement today. I think you'd really like it. It's Summer's Morning is what it's called. And she's like, oh my gosh, honey, these are gorgeous. I'll put them up by the bar. So it looks like it has Melly is Sarah's faring friend today. She is happy to offer Melly a favor for being a member of the village community. If Melly wants to carry forward the daily faring friend tradition, she should find a Henford on Bagley local and offer them a Fenwick favor she thinks they'd enjoy. So that was awesome. I'm so glad that we were able to do that. So now before it gets any later, let's go head out with Graham. We have arrived at Granny Lou's Cottage Cafe with Graham, and let's take a look. Let me pause it just so we can see it. So yeah, this is the restaurant in town, which I think is super cute. Are these are little lanterns. Like, look at this. And oh, there's a whole bunch of people out here as well. But isn't this adorable? Look at the like old vintagey rug out here and the cushions. I am just really loving this. I did want to check out who all is here at the moment. Okay, great. So we've got a few people that I do recognize. So, all right, let's take a look inside the restaurant. So look how homey and cute and just country styled this is. And oh my goodness, look, Lillian Gates is a waiter or a waitress here. Oh my goodness, that's so great. I didn't even know she worked here. So, all right. And this must be the granny right here, Cadence. So maybe she's the owner of Granny Lou. Maybe it was her great-grandmother's restaurant or something like that, which is adorable. I really, really like that. So we're going to come in here to request a table with Graham. So she's like, I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this all day. He's like, yeah, this place has some fantastic food. I think you'll really, really like it. And oh, there goes the mayor. And ooh, looks like we're beating the dinner rush over here, all coming in late. So we're like, hey, I'd like to get a table for two. She's like, hi, honey. Yeah, absolutely. Do you prefer a booth or a chair? She's like, you know, either one. I'm not really picky. Oh, and here comes Lillian just to say hello. She's like, oh, hi, how are you? I didn't know you were stopping by tonight. And she's like, yeah, you know, I didn't know you worked here. Me and Grandma are getting some dinner. So it looks like she has selected a table here for us. So, okay, this is great. So a table for two, which is perfect. This is literally what we need. So, all right, hopefully Graham will be coming in here to join us soon. I'm not sure. Oh, there he is. He's already coming in. So great. So she is busy looking at this menu. So let's go ahead and order for the table before, you know, anyone starts getting up and everything just starts getting way confusing. So, all right, here is our menu. Hot cocoa, apple spice nog iced coffee. So let's see. I feel like for Graham, what would he get? He's not going to get any alcohol or anything right now. I feel like he would just get something pretty laid back. He's just going to get himself some pitch black coffee. So we're going to get that one for Graham. And then for Melly, I think she's going to try... let's just do the spiced sparkling apple juice. I feel like she might like that one. So, okay, so they've got their drinks. Let's come down here. We've got some appetizers. Ooh, a butternut squash soup, a bread roll, Yorkshire pudding. Oh, these look good. Nightly mushroom soup, cottage pie. So we have had the cottage pie before. Beef Wellington, I don't think she's ever had. So we could definitely check that one out. Roast chicken, pumpkin stew. Ooh. So, okay, there are a lot. We've had the bangers and mash. So, charming mushroom soup. So, I think she is probably going to get herself this time. Let's do the beef Wellington for her. She's going to try that one out. And then for Graham tonight, I think he is probably going to get himself the bangers and mash. I feel like that sounds like something he would want. And all right, so here we go. We'll go ahead and place our order. So he's like, tell me how everything's going. She's like, well, you know, I was working on some flower arrangements today. I was able to give one to Sarah Scott. She actually stopped by to visit. He's like, oh, that's wonderful, sweetie. Did she like it? She's like, yeah, and I did her a favor. I found some Choco berries because she was craving it. Oh my goodness, Lillian is our waitress. I love this. She's like, hey, honey, what can I get you to? Like, is there anything special? And Graham's like, you know how I like my coffee. And so she is going off to get their refreshments and whatnot. And so, yeah, They are just excited to be spending some time together. We'll tell him a funny story just to keep the conversation going. And so, yeah, she's checking on him. She's like, how are things going at the farm with all your animals? He's like, things have been going good. I did hire a hand to help me out because, things were getting a little bit frustrating and whatnot. He's like, but now that the summer is here and with all the rain and the storms coming through, I think things will calm down a little bit. So she's really happy to hear that because, she cares about Graham a lot. And so he's like, so you got any more information about, your whole story about the witches and whatnot? She's like, well, actually, I did talk to Mallory and I heard her story, and I think I'm gonna talk to her about a few things and just to see if she'd be willing to tell me anything or if she knows more information. He's like, all right, honey, well, you do you, and you don't need to, involve me in anything. I don't want to get in people's business and whatnot. And so, Melly, she gets it. She doesn't want to make Graham feel uncomfortable. He's very content with where he's at with a lot of people. And so he doesn't want to make people feel uncomfortable or, ruin any time. Oh, Lillian. Oh, honey. She's like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry, you two. I'll go and reorder that right away. And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. They get it, and they don't want to put any pressure on anyone. It just gives them more time to chat. So Graham has quickly changed the subject so that Melly is not talking about things that he doesn't really necessarily believe in. And, he tells her that he believes her, but inside he secretly still really doesn't. And so, Melly, she's fine with it. She's not going to bother him about it too much anymore because she's already got her plan in her head for what she plans on doing. So we're going to let them just keep on chatting it out. And it looks like we've got a few new people that have come in. And oh, okay, there's Dawson Hooks. He's come in to eat. Looks like we have 2 chefs now. We have Annabelle and Cadence. So fantastic. We've got 2 elders out here just cooking away. And we've got Ted Roswell and Perla Roswell. He must be taking his daughter out for dinner. That is adorable. And Lillian's just the waitress for everybody. So, that girl, she is busy, I'm telling you. Lillian has arrived finally with our food. She hasn't dropped it this time, and it looks like the little Perla Roswell girl came over to chat with us. So, all right, it looks delicious. So I'm really excited about our food being here. So they're going to go ahead and eat. It looks like Graham is literally in love with his meal, which I am so happy about. That means I chose right. So thank goodness. So we're just going to let them keep chatting it out here in the restaurant. And then we will see Melly once she finishes her dinner. Also, I just want to point out, look at the cute tree with the lights on it now that it's dark outside. OMG, I love that. That's such a homey, cozy vibe. Melly has arrived back home and she has out to dinner. Delicious. There's nothing like going out to dinner for a big meal. Those chefs can really cook. So that restaurant lived up to its reputation of what Graham was telling her about. And cup of cozy. There's nothing like a hot cup of spiced sparkling apple juice to warm the soul. So she had a really great night and she loved the food. She loved the drink she had. And so, yeah, that Granny Lou's Cottage Cafe, it is definitely 5 stars in her book. It is a beautiful morning here in Henford on Bagley this summer day and pretty hot outside. So I figure we'll go ahead and train to play fetch with Shiloh. And it looks like your place doesn't need my services. So yeah, it looks like our garden has been doing really well, even without having a gardener come and take out. So it's been actually really great having such low maintenance going on with it. And oh, there we go. Finally, it's playing fetch. They're playing fetch because before it was like it was glitching every time I tried to play with her. And so congrats on landing that sweet job. I think this is going to be great for you. Well, I've already had a job for a while, but look at this. Chat with Mallory. I love how that came up on its own, and I didn't even have to do that. Like, she's been wanting to chat with her because she's thinking so much about everything that's been going on. So we're going to spend a little bit of time with Shiloh. I do need to see what our assignment is today, fertilize a plant, so we can definitely do that. But I do want to take some, oh, look, there's a little rabbit. You want to play fetch too, little bunny? Shiloh has officially learned how to fetch, which is awesome. So we are going to just give her some love, so friendly. Let's give her a kiss, let her know we're so proud. We're like, oh, Shiloh, sweetie, you're doing fantastic. We are so proud of you. So it looks like all of our chickens and our roosters are all getting on in years, so they will all probably be passing away very soon. But we have scattered some feed for them, so hopefully they will be okay. So since it is noon and a nice day, we're going to go ahead and give Shiloh a bath, and then we are going to head downtown to see if we can check and find Mallory anywhere so that we can chat with her. Melly arrived downtown and found Mallory over here by the bar that Sarah Scott owns. So we are going to chat with her if she doesn't run away from us. And so, okay, let me just choose a bunch of options for them to chat because it is hard for me to talk and do this at the same time. Melly is called after Mallory. She's like, hey, Mallory, can I talk to you for a minute? She's like, yeah, what's up? She's like, well, I'm going to be 100% honest with you about things. I've had a lot on my mind since I heard you telling that story about the witches. She's like, I know, it's such a great story, isn't it? Like, oh my gosh, the witches were so cool. And Melly's like, yeah, I agree, but I want to be honest. I was at the library the other day and I actually found this book, and in this book there was an old note that said, thank you for keeping your promise. She's like, oh, really? That's interesting. She's like, yeah. And then when I left, I actually overheard you and Kim Goldblum talking in an alleyway nearby, and I heard what you guys were talking about. And she's like, oh. Really? Oh, and now they're interrupted, of course, right on time by the garden shop owner. Thanks, Agatha Crumplebottom. Like, we didn't ask you to be a part of this conversation. Like, this is such an awkward change of subject. Like, she needs to go. So I think we are going to ask if Mallory can come with us elsewhere so that people aren't just around. So let's come over here. Mallory's over here like, so what were you saying, Melly, about overhearing me and Miss Goldblum? She's like, well, I heard you two talking, and I heard her talking about that she told you to stop telling that story, and then you said that people needed to know the truth. And she can tell that Mallory is starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable with things, and she's really hoping she doesn't scare her away. And so she's just like, well, yeah, I heard her say that, and then I heard you saying you had nothing to be ashamed of, and I know that you guys know more than you're letting on, and I don't want to pry and make it seem like I'm just trying to butt into your business and find out everything going on and any secrets and whatnot, but I just want to know, and if you're willing to tell me, of course, and I fully respect you and everything, and I don't mean any harm in any way whatsoever. And so it looks like Mallory, she's like, I get it, Melly. Like, I don't think anything bad about you, and I appreciate you being honest with me about everything. Like, I don't want you to think that I don't like you as a person and everything, and I don't want you to think that I'm mad at you for overhearing. I mean, obviously that's our own fault for being somewhere so public where people could actually come by and hear. She's like, I'll tell you some things. And well, actually, I think it's easier if I show you. So if you'd like, if you could come over to my house tomorrow. She's like, yeah, absolutely. Where's your house? And she's like, well, how about just meet me on the hill near the falls? And Melly's like, the hill near the falls? And so, yeah, she's like, yeah, I'll walk you to my house. That way you don't get lost. A lot of people get lost that way. And so she's like, okay, well, where by the falls? And she's like, in the story, the witch is offering, like, near there, like, there's a hill, another hill just up from there, and I'll meet you there. So Melly's like, absolutely. I'm thrilled to hear everything. And, whatever it is that you want to tell me, like, I'm all ears for it. So things went really well with their conversation. And so I love how Mallory is being pretty open about it. She's not ashamed or scared of anything. So we're going to have to find out what she knows. She's going to invite us to her house, and we're going to find out something. She's going to share us share information with us, and she said she's going to show us something. So I don't really know what that means, and neither does Melly. So we're going to have to find out. So I'm really excited about that. But I'm really happy to see that they're building their friendship up and things seem to be going well. And oh my gosh, of course, now we've got someone out here with a suitcase stuck to their arm. Melly has gone to use the bathroom, and Mallory, like, look at the way she's smiling. I feel like she is really happy about this, actually. And look, there's Kim Goldblum. Like, she's like eyeing out of the corner. Like, she knows that if Kim knew that Melly had overheard them, she would be losing her mind right now and just so stressed out about it. But it's really pleasing Mallory. And oh my gosh, I'm confusing the names Mallory and Melly. They're way too similar. So forgive me if I messed that up at all. But look, yeah, the way she smiled at Kim, and look, there's Kim. She's like, oh, there goes Mallory. I hope she's doing well today. And she did see the two of them chatting and just hanging out, but she didn't really think much of it. So OMG, secrets are abound. We are back home, and it looks like the gardener did tend to our plants while we were away. And so, all right. So we are doing pretty well now. We are feeling so excited about what Mallory is going to share with us. Like, she does not know what to expect. And so, you know, it's really got her just feeling all sorts of ways. And so, yeah, it said that the gardener took care of this. Like, look at all these weeds. They did not take care of anything. So with all of that being said, oh, it looks like Sarah Scott is coming over to visit us again. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. We've got a lot to expect, honestly, in the next episode. Like, there is a lot of things going on, and oh, she got a special gift for us. That's so sweet of her. But yeah, so we are going to have to find out what Mallory has in store for us, because yeah, we are just like on the edge of our seat, not knowing. And so Melly cannot wait till tomorrow. And so we're going to finish up today, and then I will see you guys in the next episode to find out what all is going to happen when she meets up with Mallory up on the hill by the falls. So, okay, what did she give us? Gummy bear pancakes. Thank you so much, Sarah. We really appreciate you stopping by. That was so sweet of you. So, okay, anyways, as I was saying, so yeah, the next episode is probably going to be longer just because I'm going to have a lot of things to sort through and get out. And so the intro story for the episode is probably going to be a lot more detailed. So just be expecting that. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it out on time for next Friday. But obviously, if it ends up being too time consuming, then it might be the next week. But I will keep you guys posted on Twitter and on YouTube as well. So if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the future episodes, and so that way you can check my community board and notifications so that you know when the next episode is coming out. And also drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and hit that like button, and I will catch you next time. See ya!
I know, man, passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, something new.